Hello everyone, and today I am going through this new challenge that I've decided to undertake, and it is spending 3 years in openSUSE. Now this specifically is Tumbleweed, which is the rolling release version. A kind of a low way to think about it is Arch, but a little bit more stable. So I just want to go through some adjustments I've had to make, and really my experience so far, and newsflash overall is pretty good. So some of you might have noticed in the top middle of my polybar up top it says day 2 of 1095, because that is how many days I'm going to be spending on openSUSE. Right, so let's just get into it. So the first, probably one of the best things is you get with openSUSE is ButterFS and Snapper along with Yast. So if I just minimize this terminal here, and if I just type in Yast, just ask me for my password. So this here is floating. This here is Yast. It's like kind of an all-in-one control panel. It comes with openSUSE. It's brilliant. So if I go to file system snapshots, I have to check that one. Just quickly make sure. Yeah, there you go. Right. So it basically is just going to make a snapshot every time really I run zipper or do some virtualization or do something important. So if something goes wrong, I can just go to the snapshot and roll it back to how my system was. So that's great. So just yes, because I haven't used this. This also makes it easy to cover virtual machines, proxies, just basically everything. Update your system. I do this in the terminal. Yeah, and also bootloader settings, which I have used. So that's Yast. So an adjustment that I have had to make. So if I come back here, you can actually see here I am, in fact, on openSUSE. So one adjustment I have had to make is with my session manager, because it doesn't to install the XFCE for session, which is the session manager I used to use on Arch, which you could just install as a normal package. You can't do that on openSUSE. It requires you to install the whole XFCE desktop, which I don't want to do. So instead of that, if I just, I'm using Vim now instead of Emacs as well, but that's nothing to do with openSUSE. That's just because why not? If I go to .config and go into the herbs list directory and open up my autostart file, see here at the bottom. So nmapplet was kind of really the only thing on my session manager anyway, so I just decided, okay, I'll just put it in I just used herbs list thing as the session manager, working absolutely fine. And I also had to remove the uptime widget on my polybar, which showed me how long my computer's been up for, because the uptime command doesn't quite work the same way in openSUSE as it does in other Linux distros. So yeah, another thing is Zipper, which is the package manager for openSUSE. Now this it's a pretty good, pretty okay package manager. The main comment I would maybe make about it is that there is no parallel downloads. Now you can make this a little bit faster, and I will show you how you can do that. So if you sorry, I've just had a little bit, sometimes my super key gets a little bit sticky. If you just vim or nano or whatever text that you want to use into /etc zip and zip.conf, and you look for this line here, download.max concurrent connections. It's not it doesn't allow parallel downloads, but it allows you to connect to more than one server at a time, which basically just speeds up the single package, or can speed up the package you're installing, which makes stuff a lot faster. Yeah, so this was one of my main issues on openSUSE. I tried the server version and the generic desktop one multiple times, and when I tried to install herbs list of any of them, the fonts would break and Yast wouldn't work. Only after installing the KDE version would Yast then work and fonts then work on herbs list window manager. I have no idea why this is the case, but it is. Another thing is on Arch, you can just type in shutdown now or reboot, and it will do that because it's just in the bin directory in with your binaries. With Gentoo, a lot of stuff is in the S bin. Now this needs sudo permissions or root permissions to execute. So therefore, scripts like my power script here in Rofi don't work because, well, they work for suspend and exit, but they don't actually work for shutting down and restarting. So that's fine. I've got a scratch pad here, which I've always had on Herbslift, and I could just do like a sudo shutdown now. Now obviously I'm not going to type this now, but that's the only solution that I've really found to that. So yeah. Now apart from all of this stuff, apart from not being able to use package lists with Zipper, there hasn't really been many things. I mean, they have OPI, which is like openSUSE's version of the AUR, which is actually pretty good. But yeah, so I don't think this is going to be an overly difficult challenge. I've enjoyed so far using openSUSE. Yeah, so I'll be making some update videos on this as I carry on. And the next episode of the Bash scripting series will be coming out soon. So yeah, like, subscribe.